Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to take the cap off, and I'm just checking it. I've got the line, and well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry about the feet. I'm showing the feet off here. Oh, there's my old slippers. I love my old slippers. They're dead heavy then. Anyway, today's topic is I've just came out of hospital, and I had a cyst. No, not a cyst. An abscess on my leg. And the abscess got it got some infection in it. And when I phoned up the 111 service, well, the wife did, my assistant, they she told them what she described it, and they said it because it was as big as a tennis ball. And then they said it's best if you went to the hospital straight away. So anyway, she said, I'm going to send an ambulance. She just told my assistant, the wife that is, and she's going to send an ambulance for me. And I'm like, what do I need an ambulance for? That's my granddaughter's little desk. I said, what do I need an ambulance for? It's only an abscess. Anyway, when I got into the hospital, it's about midnight. They took me into hospital. And I thought, why did they take me into hospital just over an abscess? I can see my GP tomorrow. It was just that I was in absolute pain, and she phoned that service to see if she can get something to manage the pain for me. And there's my Hotel Maxi scan. It's for wiping off stuff on the on cars, on the OBD. You can do it anyway. The ambulance came and took me into hospital. And they got me there, well, it was about 10 past midnight. And then within 2 hours, they had me down the theatre to do an operation on me. And they can't knock me out, so they just give me a local anaesthetic. And I felt everything, Then I kind of, your brain, because of thing they said it's I've got sepsis. And it's gone through my whole body. Well, I had this abscess for about 4 days before we contacted them, and the wife said I was hallucinating. So I was kind of hallucinating. Apparently, that was a sepsis in my bloodstream, and it went into my brain and caused me to hallucinate. And then when they took me down to the theatre, I felt everything. It was weird, like, because something kicked in. I think the pain might have caused it. And made all the staff, the theatre staff and the surgeon and all that, look like aliens. And I turned round and I said to everybody, I said in there, I went, whoa. I said, have I been abducted by aliens? I said, am I on an alien spaceship here and you're probbing me and probing me and all this lot? Oh, and the staff were howling their heads. And they looked up and I said to the surgeon, I said, what are you doing there? I said, ow, that hurt. And they thought that was funny. Anyway, when I came out of the theatre, they put me on a ward. Oh, and I'm not kidding you. The stench, they put a pad on it, and the stench, the stench was horrible. And then the surgeon come down and he says to me, he said, you've got gangrene in it. He said, I've removed as much as I can. He said, I think I've got it all. And he said, so, he says, I'm hoping I don't see it again. And then he turned around and he goes, no, he said, I take that back. He said, I think I'm going to be seeing you again. Anyway, I came home and the district nurses were coming in and they were changing the padding and everything on it. And then my assistant, the wife that is, she was stood there. And she said to the nurse, she said, I don't think that's healing. She said, I don't think there's anything wrong. And then when the nurse, she said, I'll take a swab and a photograph. Because they take photographs these days and then they send it off to the surgeon. But they also keep photographs of a record for themselves. And then, anyway, she sent it off to the surgeon. He said, I want him in now. And this is again it was about 9 o'clock when she saw this thing. And then my GP came. And he said, I don't like the look of that. He said, I want you in straight away. And apparently there was like all this green pus coming out. So they took me back in hospital. And I'm not kidding you, it's another early morning operation, but this one took longer, and they gave me an epidural, which was brilliant. And I remember the nurses, they put this thing up to stop me from seeing them, saying, get it down, I want to see what's going on. And because of the epidural, you know, the upper part of my body kind of worked, but my blooming hands wouldn't work. So that operation took about an hour and a half. He was there messing about with that, and I can hear this like, and he said, what I've done, I've cut all the gangrene out. And he says, so I'm hoping that I have got it all. And he said, when he come down to the ward, and he said to me, he said, I got most of the gangrene out. He said, but I'm hoping that it is out, and you're getting a pump fitted. I'm like, pump? I've never heard of a pump or anything like that, what they do with this stuff. But the wound on my leg is it started off at 4 inches, about 3 inches now, and the nurse said it was about 5¼ centimetres deep. And at first, you know, like on the first time I was in hospital, come out of hospital, they were packing it with their packing, you know, like it's like a wick what they put in lanterns, and that they've done that. This time they've fit the pump on it, and they fit the pump. It's now Thursday the following week, but last week on Friday they fitted this pump, and there was a big barney going on between the surgeon and the nurses. The nurse turned around and she said, we don't think he needs one fitting, and the surgeon turned around and said, I'm not gonna, what was it, he, you know, like debating. He said, just fit a pump. He's a surgeon. You know, the nurse is just a nurse, but the nurse was like way above her pay grade. She's saying, we don't think he needs one. So anyway, they messed about finding me a pump on the Friday, whereas I should have had it fitted on the Thursday, and the surgeon he went berserk over it because he said it should have been fitted on the Thursday, and they come on Friday. So anyway, these are called the infection control team, and they wouldn't fit the pump. They just sent one up to the ward and got it. Now they're the experts, but they got the nurse on the ward to fit it. But luckily, the nurse that fitted it, wonderful nurse, Andrea, she was absolutely brilliant, and she fitted it just right, and it worked perfect up until Monday. I managed to get out of hospital on the Monday, and the new nurse, it's not her fault. I mean, she was fantastic, and she'd never fitted one before by the looks of it, but she fitted it, but she didn't fit it properly. So these machines are put on you, which you carry over your shoulder, and you're portable. It was great, and on the Monday when I got it, I was getting massive pains in my leg and soreness and heat. So the nurse come out on the Tuesday, on yesterday, Wednesday, because the pump wasn't working since Monday. It was just the alarm was just going up saying blockage, 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 and every time that, you know, we checked the line that went in, there was no blockage, but the machine. So I said to the nurse, I said, personally, I think the machine's faulty, and she said, yeah, she said, I think so. She said, I'll take the machine and organise tomorrow, which is today, for you to get another one fitted, another machine fitted. Anyway, she put a pad on it. She put a pad on until she comes back today, supposedly to fit another machine on, because they've told me, the surgeon said it's going to be long term, the machine. I'm going to have it in for quite some time, which I think he's talking over a year, I think, and because I said how long, he said over a year. He said it's gangrene we messed about. He said, I really, if anything at all, he said, don't mess about. He said, come in, because I kick a big stink. I don't want to go into hospital. I don't like hospitals. So anyway, I'll give you I hope if you're squeamish or anything like that, I'm not showing you the actual wound, but if you're squeamish, look away now. Anyway, here's my leg. I'm hoping you can see it on here, and then here's my wound at the top. Now that's the blood coming through my leg, And can you see it's like a light green there, and going from there to there, that's the gangrene. It's light green at the moment, and he said because it turns like it's light green, then it turns dark green, then it goes black, something like that. And that's the pad. It goes round here, but that there's like the length of the wound, the where he done the incision. Next door to that is another smaller incision on the first operation. Then he done a bigger incision, and he's sucked it in now. Further down my leg here, can you see that lump there? The lump there, that's gangrene, and it comes. I can feel it. You can't see it on the camera, but I can feel it going right up to where the wound is. And then further along here, on my leg here, I don't know if you can see my finger there. It's rock hard. It's like a tube look. I'll just move this back a bit. I don't know if you can see because of the thing, but there's my thumb and my finger, and that's the width of it. It's rock hard, and this did go right up to my hip, but after the second operation, it's about half the size, half the length, and I assume that's all the gangrene is in them lumps, and that's what he was trying to suck out. So anyway, he said after, I'm not showing you my groin, because I'm not showing you any further than this because it's my groin. Anyway, there's big swelling on in there, and that's all the gangrene that's coming out, like this patch here. I don't know if the colour or anything is affected by the camera, but that's like a green colour, light green, and there's that big patch there, and a patch down here, and it goes up to that one. All that there is like light green, and there's blood. I seen them just growing bruises around my leg. Anyway, with that one, they're supposed to be coming to the pump today, and what they do is they pack it with this sponge, the whole wound. They pack it with this sponge, and then this is actually one of the pads I put on, and it's like a suction pad. The machine holds the pad on just by suction, and it has a bit of sticky stuff like this here. So it holds a pad with suction, and then it just keeps sucking all the bad stuff out. But I haven't seen that yellow stuff. The green stuff is there's like, it goes like a yellowy there, but on the inside it's like green, and it goes green down there like a light green. And I haven't seen that since like the first operation. So because obviously the sepsis obviously turned. They tried every antibiotic known to man, and none of it worked on me. They said the strongest antibiotic, it didn't even work. They just could not get rid of it. The septicemia. So anyway, hopefully, he said to me, well, what it boils down to is, he said, if it travels down my leg this way, that big lump there, if it travels down my leg this way, the most I'll lose is me leg. But on this one here, at the top, if this travels up into, it was up to my hip, thank God it's gone down about half the size, so it's not where my hip is now. But he said if that starts to travel again, I'll lose my life. So what he's doing, the surgeon, he's fighting to keep it in the local area and try and get rid of it from here, and he's trying to stop it from spreading. But anyway, today I've noticed all the green are back again and all that lot, because I haven't got the pump fitted. And I'm a little worried in case that's, like it's now spreading again and it's going in. So anyway, if I'm dead in a couple of weeks, I won't be doing my YouTube channel anymore. But if I'm alive still, I might have lost a leg, or I may be totally whole and they've got rid of it all in the local area. So here it goes, anyone. If you get an abscess, don't mess about, get down, because if it gets infected, you could end up with septicemia, and then if you're resilient to all of the antibiotics, you could end up with gangrene, like what I've got on my leg now. So therefore, everybody, you're seeing gangrene. Now, one of the questions I'm asking, I got the COVID, the AstraZeneca, 3 weeks before I got the abscess, and I did look up on Google, and I googled it, and it said all the reasons you get gangrene and septicemia and all that. And it basically, they said they're looking into it now at the moment, because the actual AstraZeneca or even the Pfizer can cause gangrene, so they're looking into a few cases that may have been caused by the vaccine. So this occurred 3 weeks after the vaccine, and I've just had not long since had my second vaccine, and they went right ahead and give me, regardless of me having gangrene. So everybody, you'll be safe from me with the COVID, but now I'm not safe from the gangrene, am I? So I'm hoping it's going to go. If it doesn't, well, I'm kaput, and I'll probably end up kicking the bucket. And if I don't kick the bucket, I might lose my leg. And if I don't lose my leg, yippee, I can still walk about. But if I do lose my leg, I've still got my life, hopefully. But he's told me, the surgeon's told me not to mess about. When the nurses come in, I have to go in, because I've done it before. When the nurses said I have to go in, it took them 2 days to get me in, 3 days even. The wife, my assistant, the wife that is, it took her 3 days again. So yeah, for all you people that's looking, for all you people that's not looking, it does look sick even with the bandages, because it keeps seeping through, because it's still an open wound after the operation. And the surgeon said if it bleeds, look, the blood. If it bleeds or anything comes out, he said, I want you back in. So I may end up having to spend another week in hospital. I've been in hospital now 3 weeks, and I just got out yesterday, I think. Or was it the day before? And I've just got out. I had the first operation week after. I had the first operation week after I come home. I was only home a couple of days, and then I was back in. And then the past 2 weeks I've just been in, trying to recuperate from this, but it's still coming out all the time. So he has to get that big lump there. That has to come down, because he thinks that's where all the poison is, and he's tried to. When he cut the wound open, obviously they stretch it down to the clamp it, and then he stuck stuff down there and cut it all out, and then cut all this out, and then a few days after started going rock hard, so it's come back in there again, it started filling up again. So hopefully it's gone, but that's what it looks like. When that pads off, oh, you want to see the mess of it. It's like a great big hole, a great big slit about 4 inches long, and it's dead deep, I can see all the blood and guts inside, and all the snot and all of the stuff in it. So that's it. I hope it's not the COVID, the vaccine. Remember, everyone get vaccinated. We need to get rid of this COVID. People are dying a lot faster with COVID. But everyone, get the vaccine, regardless of what I've said about the gangrene. But if you Google it, you'll see it says there is some cases. If I am one of them that's got gangrene from the antivirus, then it's me. I have, as you know, if you look at my past videos, I have a lot of underlying problems with my health. So stuff like this is something, my body defences was already down. That's why I had they wanted to get me as fast as I can. It took them 3 months to get me to go in and get the vaccine. It's just that I couldn't make it. It's not that I didn't want it, it's just that I couldn't make it, because obviously the vaccine's the only chance everyone's got. And even children now, this new version doesn't mess about with ages. It doesn't mess about with ages or anything like that. And it doesn't mess about with ethnicity or anything. So remember, everyone, including children, is at risk from this COVID, because it is man-made. Like I've always said, if you take a look at my videos, now they're starting to think it's being man-made, and it was made in a lab. Well, in my past videos, you'll see I said COVID is a mixture of COVID and SARS. The only way that can be like that, and because they thought it was SARS at first, then they found out it was COVID and SARS. And the only way that can happen if it was mixed together in a lab. Do you understand what I've been saying in my past videos? They're talking about Boris Johnson handled it totally wrong. Look at my past videos. Before February, I was saying we should be in lockdown, and Boris Johnson wouldn't. So anyway, everyone, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I really do appreciate everyone that comes and watches my videos. I know some of them's going to be boring and I bore yous, but you know, just keep checking. Some of my videos might be interesting, and there might be, you know, what you need to know. And I wish everybody good health and a happy life. Goodbye.